Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the 20 to 40K call. What's up? Alyssa, looking very pretty today, per usual. Eddie? All right. Boys and girls, if you guys are here for the 20 to 40K call, you guys are in the right spot. And I got some good news, and I got some bad news. So I'll share that here as we get rock and rolling. But thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. So if you guys want to get the most out of this call, my recommendation, follow it or not, is to be active. Have your cameras on, just like Chandra does, and Janisa, and Lucas, and Renee, and the Montoyas, both Montoyas now, and Lori, Taylor, Cami, Julia, welcome to the party. You guys will get more value by turning your cameras on, being active in the chat, and making friends with people in this group than you will just sitting back and listening to me rant about cleaning business stuff all day. Like, that sounds cool, and then never do anything about it. But if you actually make friends in here and realize that these people who are inside this group are actually real cleaning business owners who have real cleaning businesses that have actually grown into making real money, and they are no smarter than you, maybe you think you can do it as well. And that's really how you get the most from this group, is realizing that you do not have to be smart, you don't have to be special in order to run $1 million cleaning business. Just out of curiosity, if who here thinks you need to be smart to run a cleaning business? Not really, but kind of. You need to be smart enough, right? You didn't know the right things. So smart is a very generic word. So it's like, be smart about like knowing information, knowing how to implement what information, right? Generic information isn't going to help you grow $1 million cleaning business. Knowing the right steps, the right strategy, the right things to focus on will definitely help you grow $1 million cleaning business. And that is what the goal is for today, is to help you guys have clarity on understanding what to focus on, what to say no to, what to not to get distracted by, so you guys actually can grow your cleaning businesses. Okay? So let's talk about this. So we have some good news and some bad news. Again, good news. This call is happening right now. Type in the chat if you're excited to be on this call and you like being on this call, you enjoy being on this call. Also, you understand this call is also for free. Okay? How many of you guys like that? How many of you guys like that? Anybody? Anybody like that? Super excited. Montoy's like it. Janisa likes it. Julia likes it. Cool. Eddie likes it. Yes. Thank you, guys. Cool. So, bad news. The 2240K call is ending next week. Okay? It is good. It is going, sorry, Lori. This call is going away. 2040K is going to be gone. Okay? It's going away. And as we start to share this meeting, I'll share with you guys why. And at the end, I'll share with you guys what it looks like after this call. So this week, be happy. Be happy that you're on here, because as of next week, this call is going to die. Okay, it's going to die. Now, also, some of you guys are also inside the school community, like Chander, and like Janisa, and Lucas, and Renee, and the Montoyas, and now Lori's a fresh member of the community as well. Taylor, Cami, Julia is also a fresh member, Eddie, okay, Jamie. A lot of you guys are actually members of the school community. So some of you guys have heard the news. Some of you guys maybe have heard the news today for the very first time. The school community, currently free. As of next call, next Monday, not free. Okay, so if you want to be part of the school community for free, you have exactly 1 week. Because as of Sunday, I think it's Sunday, whenever September 1st is. Whenever September 1st is, that's when this thing is no longer free. And it was funny because Kitty was telling me in bed the other day, I was like, man, I really want people to get into this community for free. And Kitty's like, why? Just like, you're going to make way more money. We'll be like, you have to pay for this thing. I'm like, okay, thank you for just helping. I'm just so focused on like trying to get as many people into this thing and do it for free. That's just like, dude, you're going to make way more money. I was like, oh, okay, well, there we go. There's the benefit. So for you guys, though, who are in the community for free, good for you. But as of next week, starting September 1st, the community will no longer be free, and they will be paying money to join this community, $2,346 to be exact, in order to join the school community, which is currently for free. So if you are interested in the school community, well, we'll talk about that, how to join that a little bit later on. But for now, who's ready? Who's ready to actually dive into the 20 to 40K call? Raise your hands in the air if you do not care Yeah, Chandler, thank you. I love when you guys participate. It's so much more fun. I don't think you guys understand, like, when I'm sitting over here talking, like, you guys don't do anything, just, like, look at me, I'm like, my insecurities start to rise to the surface, and I get scared. And then I start saying crazy things that aren't valuable to you guys. So if you guys want me just to say logical things that add value to you, make me feel confident by engaging and smiling. Chandler, that's you. Smile at me. Let me know I'm doing a good job. For some reason, you're the one who I see on my screen, so you got a nice smile. I appreciate it. I really do. I really appreciate it. And in either way, even if you guys don't choose to turn your cameras on or don't choose to be in the chat, I really do appreciate your guys' time and attention for being on here today. So let's go ahead and let's get the most out of this. Okay, guys? So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to go over our vision sheet. So this sheet is our data sheet that we've been using for now 23 weeks, I believe it is. And this is how we determine why our business isn't growing, what we need to focus on, so then our business does grow. Okay? And so we're going to be talking about 8/17 to 8/23. That's the week that we're going to be referencing. And so if you guys have not seen this vision sheet, if you guys are inside the masterclass, there is a vision sheet in there. You guys can actually download absolutely for free. If you're inside the school community, I have a training on to show you actually how to implement this vision sheet and how you can appear to be a genius by simply looking at data and recognizing what your problem is and what you need to focus on so you can continue to have your business unlock its full growth. Okay? All right, let's do this thing. So last week, Kitty, we had 162 job ticket hours inside Mesa 5-star cleaning. Cool. Our cleaners worked on average 23 hours, and we had 7 cleaners last week. Okay. And so as you guys can see over here, our goal is 40,000 a month, hence the call, 2240K. Okay. And you guys can see we were a little bit short. We have 1 cleaner short, and we're about 5 JTH short, and we are about 50 job ticket hours short. Okay. Now, you guys can see right here, Katie, how much projected monthly revenue are we anticipated to end the month of August with?
As of right now.
No, not as of right now. What does the sheet say?
Dang it. But it's better than the sheet. $39,100.
Yeah. So what Katie is referencing, I'll just tell you guys what Katie's referencing. She's referencing this right here. So if you go inside here, and you actually look at the actual monthly projected revenue, is that we're about $400 short of actually hitting 40,000 for the month. And so that is why this call is going to end next week, because we're going to hit $40,000. And then hence 20 to 40K call will be gone, because we will have accomplished the milestone of 20 to 40K. So sorry about it. Okay. Sorry about it. Sorry that we actually hit the goal. And now we have to stop these calls because it doesn't make any sense for us to do a 20 to 40K call once we've actually hit $40,000. Okay. So now, monthly revenue, we're currently at $29,296. Weekly revenue, last week we hit a PR. So last week we did our best month ever in Mesa 5-star cleaning. We did $10,027, which is pretty cool. $10,027 in a week. Yes, in a week. And our revenue per clean was actually one of the highest it's been in a long time. We did $239 per clean, and we did 42 total cleans. So you can see the week before here, 45 was our PR, which is our best we'd ever done before. And last week was a couple short, but we also did a much higher revenue per clean, and that gave us a really high weekly revenue. Okay. So just so you guys are looking at this right here, like how do we come up with these numbers? This is actually a whole nother training that's also inside school. It's called the $1 Million Blueprint. And so when you're able to simply have these targets right here, guys, you guys see this? How we have targets of like how many job ticket hours, how many average your cleaners need to work, how many cleaners you need, and then your revenue, weekly revenue, average per clean, and how many cleans. When you guys actually have targets, you know that what your business needs to look like at $40,000 a month. It's simply just a game of how do I get 8 cleaners? How do I get them to work on average 28 hours? And how do I get 48 cleans on an average of $200? Like that becomes the game. And so you guys can see with the actual data, like we didn't quite hit 48 cleans last week, but we did more than $239. Therefore, we actually did more than $9,500 of revenue. We actually did $10,000 of revenue by not actually doing 48 cleans. We just did a higher revenue per clean. So that training inside school, the $1 Million Blueprint is like, I would consider one of the most valuable trainings that's in there. And it's the one that once people actually do it, they're like, It can't be that simple. Katie, is it really that simple?
Yeah, it is.
It really is that simple. So, okay, let's keep rolling here. So let's talk about the revenue. So when it comes to the vision sheet, the cool thing about the vision sheet is that it shows different aspects of the business. So we're going to be talking about the cash flow of the business. We're going to be talking about the marketing of the business, the sales of the business, and then the cleaners. Those are going to be your big areas of focus when it comes to growing a cleaning business. And so for revenue last week, we bill using ZenMaid, and we actually use QuickBooks for our actual accountings once it hits the bank account. So you guys can see here our current monthly revenue inside ZenMaid is $29,000. Inside QuickBooks, we've actually collected $27,000 of those monies. Out of that $10,000 that we billed inside ZenMaid last week, $4,117 was initial clean revenue, and $5,910 was reoccurring revenue. And so it's really cool to see that reoccurring revenue grow, as it's the foundation of a stable business is reoccurring revenue, especially a cleaning business. And the fact that our business is not even 6 months old and we continue to grow that reoccurring weekly revenue every single week is it gives me hope and promise that this business it will continue to grow, because when you wake up, start the month, and you have $25,000 of money just sitting on the books, it makes it easier to grow. Okay. And you guys can see we have some outstanding invoices. So this week we're going to make a big push to collect some of those monies. We actually have $5,000 that's sitting outstanding, and we have $206 that's greater than 7 days that's sitting out there as well. Okay. Let's talk about marketing. Everyone's favorite section. I say it's everyone's favorite section because it's my favorite section. As much as I like to hate on marketing, it's my favorite section. Okay, you guys can call me out. It's fine. I get mad at Lucas, and I blame him for loving marketing, but no one loves marketing more than I do. Okay, so you guys know. Sorry, full transparency. I love marketing. Although it really is probably the smallest indicator whether your cleaning business is going to grow. Cleaning business. Last week, we spent $305 in Google Local Services. We spent $1,046 on Facebook ads for a total of $1,351. Okay? If you want to know why our business is growing, it's because we spend monies. Monies. Okay? We got 54 leads from Facebook last week at a cost of $19.38 just on Facebook, as you guys can see here. We had 2 from Facebook Messenger. We had 9 missed calls. We had 5 from Google Local Services. We had 4 homepage leads. We had 9 incoming call leads, and we had 1 referral. So we had 84 leads. So our total cost per lead amongst all of our marketing channels was $16.09. Yeah. Anything, as you guys can see here, this is kind of my general rule of thumb, is that if you can do less than $20 per lead in a cleaning business, you're doing great. If you're doing $20 to $35 a lead in the cleaning business, that's still good. You can still do business 20 to 35. If you're doing $35+ a lead in the cleaning business, it makes it difficult just because your front end cash collected on this business, unless you're only selling huge deep cleans or move out cleans, it's very hard to be able to recoup your initial ad spend. So that's why having a lower cost per lead is helpful, and that's assuming again, I'm speaking generality, so that you're able to actually have a decent conversion, and so a decent conversion is closing between 15 to 20% of your leads. I would consider that decent. Some of you guys can close higher than that. Some of you guys close lower than that. But ultimately, that's why marketing is it's a piece of the game. But if you're not able to convert those leads, it doesn't matter how good your marketing is. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about conversions, aka sales. Okay. So this is where I find to be why some cleaning businesses actually grow and others don't, because the conviction to spend monies on marketing comes from your ability to convert those leads into initial cleans, and also your ability to convert those initial cleans into reoccurring cleans. So as of this week, we only had 5 spots open, which isn't great. We actually should have more spots open, which means I can already see a constraint, which we'll talk about here shortly, cleanness. But let's talk about sales. So I think this will be actually once we stop these 20 to 40K calls, I will probably just take myself off this vision sheet because I'm no longer in a sales seat. But let's look at the team total. So we have Katie and Megan and Keziah all doing sales. And so from a team standpoint, we had 28 quote calls were scheduled last week. We had 22 of those quote calls show up. We performed 46 calls. How did we perform more quote calls than people who showed? People who have been here. Or Katie, you can share, I guess. That's how you want to talk about this, so go for it.
I thought you were going to ask me. Are you asking the general public or are you asking me?
I was going to ask the GP, but
okay.
I'll ask the KM instead.
Renee, RK already answered.
Oh, RK. Thank you. Thank you, RK. Okay. Listen to what RK said in the chat.
R. Kelly. Okay. I like it.
Ooh, ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. All right, back to the game. So, thank you, Renee, for typing in the chat with why we have more performed calls than showed. Now, out of those 46 who performed, we had 24 closed. So we had 24 closed, which is a percentage of 52%. Cool. But ultimately, 24 quote calls closed in a week. That's good. You can have a growing cleaning business if you're closing 20 new sales a week. Okay. And when it comes to booking percentage, as you guys can see here, 0 to 50 for between 50 and 70% good, 70 plus great. Okay. So from a percentage standpoint, it's good. It's doing good. It's good. Quote call projected revenue. This number is actually, I can see it's not correct. We need K30 to K33 to get the proper number here. So yeah, we had $6,900 in quote call projected revenue, which is cool to see. So yeah, we basically sold $7,000 worth of phone last week. Oh, this is something I've never talked about, Katie. I just realized this the other day because I saw somebody made a comment about doing walkthroughs. So how many walkthroughs have we done, Katie, in this Mesa 5-star cleaning business?
I have done one walkthrough, but it was because I wanted to get a public figure on our roster. So I went to his assistant's house.
Yeah.
But outside of that, no. It was not, there was no reason for a walkthrough other than I just wanted to meet this lady.
Yeah. Yeah. So outside of all the other sales we made, they've all been phone sales. And so for anybody who's not understanding why you would do a phone sale versus a walkthrough, it simply just comes down to numbers and the amount of volume that you can do. The amount of in-person walkthroughs you can do versus the amount of phone sales you can do is it's just not even close to the amount of you can't do the same equivalent amount of in-person walkthroughs than you can do phone sales. And that therefore, you can never do you think you guys could do 46 walkthroughs in a week? It's just really not possible. And so, yes, you might actually close a higher percentage of people on a walkthrough. Maybe, that's actually an assumption. But let's just make that assumption that it is true. We will overall close more people at a less percentage and not have to spend the gas, spend the time, waste clients' times, prospects' times, who would never ever buy. And we can all get this done within about 10 minutes on a phone call. So it serves everyone better. You as the business, it serves the client better. And sure, are you going to know would you do a better job of quoting in person than over the phone? Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. However, the cost that you would pay for missed quotes is still cheaper than you going out and doing in-person walkthroughs. And it's not even close. So, anyway, I've never said that before. And out of the 23 weeks we've been talking about this, I've never actually talked about, these are actually all phone sales. They're not a single, besides Katie did one, right? Outside of that, they've all been phone sales. Okay. And so last week, this is cool to see. So Katie has been the one who's primarily been in charge of doing conversions. And last week looks like Keziah and Megan got the opportunity to do some conversions. And so we converted 7 people into reoccurring last week for a total of another $1,400 in monthly projected revenue. So, yeah. So when I see this, guys, as I'm reading this data, I'm like, you're making 20 sales a week and you're turning 7 people into recurring customers every single week. Like, there's a very high probability this business will continue to grow based on this data right here as I see. Okay. And so, that's pretty cool to see. It's really cool to see. So great job, team. Okay. Sales. Again, marketing, awesome, fun, super exciting. I love getting leads. I love getting $15 leads. However, I really love converting those leads. I really love seeing $7,000 in new money that came in from those leads. So you're like, how do you spend $1,300, right? That's what everyone should be asking yourself. It's like, dude, you spent $1,300 on marketing last week? How much money did we make on that marketing? $7,000. Would you guys spend $1,300 to make $7,000 every single week?
Uh-huh.
And that's just front end money, right? That doesn't include the conversions. And yes, understand that, like, out of that revenue, you have to pay your cleaners, you have to pay other expenses. So, like, yes, but even if you just like, so the way I look at it, if our business, we're projecting to make a 20% profit margin, so you just got to do it. If you make 5 times more money than you spend, you basically are also accounting for profit as well. So as long as we're over a 5-to-1 on a ratio, like, we're actually making money while advertising. So when you hear somebody make a comment like, I wish I could spend more money on marketing, it's because they understand that they make money while marketing. Most people think of money, they think of marketing as an expense, but marketing is the gateway to them making more money. And so when you have a system, which all you guys who are inside the school community, like, you guys have a system, and a lot of you guys are using the system, you guys are actually making money while marketing. It seems silly. It's like, how much do you want to spend? The best question I get is, what is your budget, Logan? You know what my budget is for marketing? I'll show you in a second. It's the amount of freaking cleaners I have on my team. Like, the only thing that's stopping me from spending more money is not having enough cleaners.
You only have 5 open spots right now, so the constraint is not your budget on marketing.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So let's move on here. So let's talk about client fulfillment. So we did 42 cleans. Out of those 42 cleans, 14 of them were new cleans and 28 were reoccurring cleans. We had 9 Google reviews last week and 1 correction clean discount. We have 74 reoccurring clients and 47 reoccurring clients. So RK, will you do the people justice and put it in the chat why or what differences between reoccurring and reoccurring? Super appreciate that. Or anybody else, by the way. RK is a homie of mine, but there's a lot of homies on here I have as well. So all my homies, put in the difference. Put down in the chat what's the difference. If you guys don't know what reoccurring versus reoccurring is, the homies will tell you. Okay. Cleaner acquisition. So last week we spent $54 on cleaner acquisition. I did 36. We had 36 applicants. We did 24 interviews. Out of those 24 interviews, of the 24 phone interviews, we did 6 Zoom interviews. And those 6 Zoom interviews, we hired 4 people, and 1 person was onboarded, and we had 2 trainees. So I don't know if those numbers are correct. But okay, cool. So actually, I didn't update this. I didn't share this with Rhea. That's why she didn't know this. But so 2-week notice. So Mia Rodman, she was done on 8/21. So she didn't make it through training. And then I actually think that's it. Cool. Yeah. So Mia Rodman didn't make it. Everybody else. Oh, and Rachel too. Yeah. Sorry. And Rachel didn't make it actually past day 1. She was like 8, whatever the first day was. 8/19. Yeah, she didn't make it to her first day. Okay, cool. So yes, we had 3 trainees start last week, and 2 of them didn't even make it past the first 3 days. And then Asia, she showed up to the team meeting today, and she seemed excited. So that's good news. And we onboarded 2 new gals this morning, Mia and Alexia, and both showed up. Both seem enthusiastic. We'll see. We'll see if they make it through week number 1. I'll let you guys know next week. And then we actually did have 1 cleaner, Stella, who quit without 2-week notice on 8/22, which was Katie's birthday. Katie, Thank you for giving Katie the best present ever. You quit. Katie was like, happy birthday to me. Oh, so funny. All right. And then one-on-ones. Yeah, so I actually had quite a few one-on-ones last week. I did one-on-ones with the entire team. Yeah, so I did Tiffany, Rachel, Mia. This was Mia Rodman. So this was one of the trainees. And Kayla and Alyssa. So I had 5 one-on-ones last week. Those were all good. And then as far as our cleaners are concerned, looks like we had Jocelyn and Rachel, 25 and 33. Alyssa had 30 hours. Kazaya is actually and one of our gals who was a cleaner moved into the office. And then because we had a cleaner quit and call out all on the same day, she actually went back out into the field along with Megan as well. Megan is also, you guys can see her behind Katie. There, yeah, she's waving. Yeah, she's like, which camera do I look at? Also a cleaner who came into the office, and because we had a call out and a cleaner quit, then she jumped into the field as well. So that's why you'll see them on there. And then Kayla and Tiffany, and then Estella, of course, she was the one who called out. And then Mia and Asia were both in training, so their JTH does not count. And so when I put number of cleaners who worked, it's actually number should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that is right. Cool. So thank you, Rhea, for doing that. That looks great. So we had 7 cleaners who worked last week, and we had 162 job ticket hours, which means we averaged 23. And the reason why that number is a little low is because Megan and Kazaya brought that number down with their 9 and 7. If you were to take them out, I can just look at it and see that we're averaging probably 28, 29 hours. So, but we only have 6 or 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actual full-time cleaners. Hence the reason why cleaners is the constraint. So, okay. So you can see down here our revenue total per hour. So we're averaging $61 per hour, which is actually pretty good considering that after any sort of issues, problems, clients who refuse to pay their bills, discounts, whatever it may be, that we actually average over $61 per man hour. It's pretty good. Pretty good. 5-star reviews. Yeah, we're currently at 159 5-star reviews, which is pretty cool. I'll talk about that here in a second. Looks like we had 2 complaints here with Denise Miller and Shanday. So cool thing about Denise Miller, Katie, you can kind of share the story, what happened with Denise, and just talk about how, just because we make a mistake, whether it's the office give bad directions, which 99% of the time, guys, when you guys get a complaint, this is so funny. Okay, let me just share this with you guys. As I have the experience of our first location, of me not operating it, and me just seeing the numbers, and then me actually operating this location, it's super easy to blame cleaners for the problems inside the homes. What I have discovered with this new location, that nearly every single time, I would say 99.9% of the time, it is the office's problem is the reason why we get complaints. And so as much as we want to correct the cleaner or go tell them that they did a bad job, it's 99% of the time the office's fault. Bad directions, not enough time, bad directions again to the cleaner, and then bad directions to the client, right? Or bad expectations for the client, bad directions to cleaner. We're like, why am I getting so many complaints? Because you suck at communicating. That's why. My cleaners suck. No, you suck at teaching them, at giving them directions. But the fingers are always like this. Knock it off. Turn it around. Anyway, so Katie, you can share that story with Denise Miller.
Yeah, Denise Miller this was the second time we'd been to her house, so we knocked it out of the park the first time, or so we thought, but there was a honey-do list left for the second clean that things were missed on the first clean, and during a time-constrained situation, we did the best that we could on the honey-do list, so she called and said the honey-do list wasn't completed. So we sent a cleaner back and did a correction clean, so free of additional charge to Denise Miller, sent a cleaner back to complete the floors in the missed bathtub. And she ended up referring a friend to the company after we corrected the clean. So totally worth it.
Yeah. So again, as a service-based company, your job is to provide service to the client and just recognizing what is the problem instead of shying away from problems. using them as opportunities to actually show what you're actually made of, to show that you actually will deliver a 5-star experience. It's like, I'll do whatever it takes. I will do whatever it takes to make sure that that client knows that we will solve their problem. We will do correction claims. We will do discounted claims. Like whatever we need to do. Like my goal is to make sure that we meet the client's expectations. Right? Shanday. Yeah, we had a slew of cancellations last week, like last Tuesday, and we needed to fill cleaner schedules, and so we ran an offer, and we filled schedules, and that offer it attracted people who wanted to pay as little as possible and get the most as possible, and Shanday was one of those issues. So
Not
again,
all of them. One of them converted to biweekly. So
yeah, no, but the Shanday specific issues I'm talking about here.
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
So anyway, office problem, not an Alyssa problem. You know, like Alyssa's on here, but really it was an office problem. Okay. Cancel reoccurring clients, no cancel reoccurring clients. It's good to see. And again, like it's easier to grow in the beginning because you have less attrition. You have less attrition with clients because everyone's brand new. They're 6 months in, so it's easier to grow. Like there eventually will be a place where you gain 6 clients and you lose 5. You gain 6 clients, and you lose 7. You're like, dang it. And so that's the benefit of having a new location is that you see less attrition. Whereas like in a year from now, like every single week you will see canceled clients. You will see cleaners who leave, right? And it's kind of funny because so the other thing starts happening when you start to see clients leave. Then usually you'll get some cleaners who have been with you for a long period of time. And so because this location is we're not even 6 months old yet. Like our longest cleaner is Jocelyn. She's been with us since almost the beginning, not since April. So I think like 4 months, maybe 4.5 months. And then our second cleaner's been with us for like 3 months. And outside of that, everybody is less than 2 months old. And so, that's actually the benefit of being in business for a longer period of time is you actually have consistent cleaners. You have consistent people on your team, that just, it helps with some stability when you start to have clients start to fall off. Not to say that you won't have clients fall off in 6 months, because we definitely have clients who fall off. It's just not at the same rate that we're bringing on new clients. So, but either way, this is a game of speed. And I think that's the most important thing here. So as you guys see here, we have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recurring clients, discounts. Yeah, most of these are Google review discounts, correction claim discounts. And then what are these here? Oh yeah, we had Shanday. Oh, these are the 50% off discounts. So, okay. But what I really want to share with you guys is that as you guys see this data sheet, hopefully you guys get value from this. Hopefully you guys can, like, by looking at our business, you're able to actually see your business and our business. Like, that's really the goal of this. Like, who cares what Mesa 5-Star does? Like, Mesa 5-Star growing doesn't help Chander's business, right? It doesn't help Janisa or Lucas or Renee or the Montoyas. Like, sorry guys, but like, that $10,000, it ain't going to your bank account. Sorry. I know you guys were expecting that money to be like deposited in your bank account, but it ain't. Okay. So, but what you guys can get from this is understanding, looking at our business, being like, well, how does this look? How does your business look like? How does your business compare? How many cleaners do you have? How many cleans are you getting? How many sales are you making? How much money are you spending? And start to just get a gauge of like the activity that it takes to actually have a growing business. So I think this is like the most important thing I can give you guys is just understanding the amount of what work. And so let's define work as activity. What work actually it takes in order for you to have a growing cleaning business. And so the reason that we will have grown a business from $0 to $40,000 in 6 months, it was not on accident. It was on purpose. But the reason why most people aren't willing to do it is because, number one, they actually don't understand the amount of work required, first off. But here's the second thing, because I think ultimately everyone here can work, right? Everyone raise your hand if you like love to work. Like, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Everyone in here, you got to raise your hand. You guys would not be entrepreneurs if you did not like work. Okay. So work is not your issue. Okay. It's knowing where to work on. Because if you guys are sitting there working hard on organizing your office, making sure you have the correct amount of products and supplies on the shelf, making sure that your office is nice and clean, is that going to grow your business? Yeah. So what you are focused on is going to depend on what you actually work on is actually going to dictate whether your business grows or not. And so most of you guys are operators of your business. Like, raise your hand if you're the operator. And when I define operator as, like, you're the one who is making phone calls to prospects, you're the one talking to clients, you're the one talking to cleaners, you're talking to job applicants. Like, if you're an operator, raise your hand. Okay. So here's the benefit that you have is you have a lot of control. Okay. You actually are touching the right levers. If your business is not growing, it's because you're also touching levers that aren't growing your business. Those are things that you need to either have somebody else do, or there's probably just a lot of things that just don't need to be done in general. Like posting on Instagram. I see people hire people that post on Instagram. I'm just like, want to like slap you. Like, stop. Like, I need someone to be a digital marketing person for my business. I'm like, I'm just going to slap the crap out of you. That doesn't grow your business. Okay. So what you guys saw with this vision sheet, what I want you guys to notate is the things that, if I ask Chander right now, how many cleaners he has, that's like the very first question I would always ask him. I can get a general idea of how big everyone's business is here by asking one question, and it's, how many cleaners do you have? Yeah, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. This is actually good. Like, I can tell roughly about how big your business is, at least what the max potential is, because guess what? A cleaner can only work so many hours, even if you work them to the bone. Right? And just by me knowing how many cleaners you have, I can tell how big your business is. Right? That's it. Yeah. So if I'm scrolling through, there's one person in here, two people in here. This is actually funny. So Katie, you be Bozeman 5-story cleaning. I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to just like start to rattle off some numbers here. Okay. So I'm not going to put you guys' names in here, but actually I will. Taylor has 9. Bobby has 8. Chandra has 4. Jamie has 5. Julia, nice job. Just hired number 2. Corey Lignell, 17. Cami, 6. Julia, 6. User, 8. Kayla Irby, 19. Jocelyn, 7. Lori, 3. Lucas, 8. Renee Krause, 10. Gregorio, 10. Katie, 18 in Bozeman, 7 in Mesa. Right? So if you guys just had to guess, who are the 3 people who have the biggest businesses on this call right now? Yeah. And you know what's the truth is, like, those are. Kayla was just here for Decade a Day last weekend. You know, her business did $85,000 last month. Corey's new to the group. I think he told me his business was almost doing $80,000 a month. Right? And of course, like Bozeman, you know, I know Bozeman can see the numbers every single day. Like, Bozeman does $100,000 a month. Okay. So like, if I just had to know one metric, I could have a general idea of how big your business grows. So for you guys, like, the next question is, okay, well, if number of cleaners is the metrics, well, why don't I have more cleaners? Go ahead, put in the chat. Like, all you guys who don't have 18, 19, 20 cleaners, why don't you have more cleaners? There you go. Right, Julia. Then it comes back to, well, Chandler. There you go. That's also good. Right? Yeah. So most of you guys are going to say, well, I don't have enough work for that. Right? And so here's the challenging part of the cleaning business. Here's the challenging part. You must hire before you get the work. But that's scary. Yes. Yes. At least in the beginning, it is scary. But then once you do it enough times, it just becomes like, this is how the business grows. Right? You must get the cleaners and then be able to give them work. And so as you guys hopefully saw on the vision sheet, you guys see that's why we aggressively spend so much money on marketing, and we're able to convert those, is that we're filling new cleaner schedules, right? And so when you have a marketing sales system, that gives you the confidence to actually hire more cleaners. And just so you guys know, like this month, Katie, we looked at this. Katie, will you pull up the Mesa 5-star yearly thing that you showed that we looked at last night? So I want you guys to see this. Okay, I think this is pretty cool. So while Katie is pulling this up, most of you guys are inside. Most of you guys are inside the school community, and so like, if you guys are in the school community, like you guys can put in the chat like what value you guys get from the school community. If you guys are not inside the school community, just want to let you guys know that as of September 1st, the school community will not be free anymore. And so the fact that the school community is free, like I get yelled at all the time, like why is this thing free? Well, I'm listening. Okay, I'm listening, and it will no longer be free because I keep on getting yelled at. So if you're not inside the school community, then you have 1 week to join the school community for free. Okay, and to be part of the school community, it's very simple. Very simple. I'll tell you how to be part of the school community. James is going to drop the link here in 1 second. Okay, you guys can go click on that link. It's going to walk you through the value of the school community. It's going to also give you the value of the CRM that we use inside the school community, which is Go High Level. And when you sign up for Go High Level under my affiliate link, which how much does Go High Level cost? Everybody in the chat, you guys can put in there how much Go High Level costs. Very, very expensive. You get to join the school community for free. It's really that simple. And as Katie reminded me the other day, as I was like, man, I want these people to get access to this community for free. She's like, bro, you make $38. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, and you guys don't pay me. You guys pay Go High Level, which is the software you literally need to grow your business. So you absolutely pay me. You pay me $0. Go High Level pays me $38. But Go High Level also, like in itself, is what I would call a unicorn. Like it will actually save you money and help you grow $1 million cleaning business, because you no longer will need things like ClickFunnels. You no longer need things like Acuity. You no longer need a website. You no longer need something like Woofu. You no longer need things like DocuSign. Like it literally is just an all-in-one platform that for $97 a month, it will not only probably save you money, but also give you the systems to actually that we are using to now grow our second $1 million cleaning business. And there's many other, like Kayla Irby, who's also using that system, another $1 million cleaning business owner inside that community. So anyway, that's the soft pitch for the school community. It's free until
and
September
it literally
1st.
comes with like a copy paste of the systems that we use in both of our companies. So not only is the software going to help you, it's literally all laid out for you. This is the automation that's set here. This is the automation that's set here, and it's built. It's like plug and play.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So there's a little button. It's called Import Snapshot that everything that I have built, you get to have access to, and I also teach you how to use it. And there's a community of people when you do have issues, because you will have issues, by the way. Like this is not all sunshine and rainbows. Like it will take you time to get to learn how to use the software, how for you to implement everything. But at least you have a community that you can lean on when you do have questions. We also have live coaching calls every single week as well, that are only the school community gets access to. And I got news for you guys tomorrow that we may or may not be adding more. Crazy, more value. And you guys will be paying more money or less money? No money. No more money, right? You guys will be paying more money and just get more value. So that's my soft pitch for you guys. If you guys want to be part of the school community for free, which I should stop pitching it because I actually want you guys to pay. I'll make way more money. So this is it. I'm done talking about it. But James will drop a link, be the last link, and then I'm excited for everyone to start paying $2,300. So we can actually, start actually probably doing cooler things. Actually start doing more coaching calls, actually adding more value. So for all you guys who are early adopters, you guys will get rewarded like tremendously. And then the people who come in, they'll still get an amazing deal. It's still cheap. Like $23 is so cheap. The fact that like this system could literally add $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month in let's call it a short amount of time, 2, 3, 4 months. Would you guys pay $2,000 a one-time investment to make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per month for the rest of your life, and it would take you 3 months to do it, 2 months at the longest? 3, 4 months at the longest. Was that worth it? Right. So Okay, cool. So, Katie, will you share your screen? Pretty please. So, what Katie's going to show you is the first 6 months of Mesa 5-star cleaning, and then don't let me forget, because I gotta share with everybody that that this call is coming to an end and what to expect. So the cool part about the sheet, guys, about this graph inside ZenMaid is that it shows you from the start of Mesa 5-star cleaning all the way to now. And so you guys can see this fancy line. You guys see this? See this fancy line, how it's going up, up, and up? Then we got the little, you know what this is? Can anyone guess what this is? Lucas and Jessica, you guys can guess what this is. What is it? What is this? Why? What is this dip? What is this thing? What is this? Taylor nailed it.
Me yelling at Logan is what it is. Because Logan was not doing his job.
I did not do my job. I didn't have a job. I was like crying. I was like, don't yell at me. I'm doing my best. There's nobody good out there. Everyone's bad. They're not answering. They got no jobs.
Logan had feelings. Yes.
I was afraid. I was afraid.
I was afraid.
I was
petrified.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So, like, just so you guys know, like, I am human, just like the rest of the. Okay, can I tell you guys one thing? Because Kayla's on here. The best compliment. So Kayla came out for Decade in a Day. If you guys are unfamiliar with Decade in a Day, but there's an option for people if you grow your business and if I think I can help you, that you guys come out and hang out with Katie and I for a day and actually stay inside this. So this is a casita that we have now turned into an office. You get to stay like on our property and we get to hang out for. It says it's a day, but basically it's like. Let's just call it 2 days as a hypothetical example. But the best compliment I've got out of all the Decade days is Kayla was like, "You're much bigger in person than on Zoom." I was like, "Yeah, thank you. It was the best compliment ever. Yeah, Chandler is inside the school community. So I don't know where I was going with that, but I just. Oh, human. I'm a human. So as much as you guys think that I got it all figured out, like, understand this. Like, the reason that I'm up here is because I have made more mistakes than you guys have. I have lost more money than you have. I have lost more cleaners. I've lost more clients. I've got told more no times. Like, I have been more emotionally volatile than you have. And I'm not like doing this as a comparison. It's just data. I've also been doing this for over a decade. Some of you guys have also been doing this for a decade as well. But understanding that, like, doing the same day 5 years in a row isn't you getting more experience. It's just you doing the same shit over and over again. And so, like, don't also lean on that you've been doing something for a long time. But it's like, how many times during that time have you done reiterations? How many times have you reinvented yourself? How many times have you done different behaviors to elicit different outcomes? So, the price you pay to have $1 million business is getting told no more, having more people quit, have more people telling you that you're a scam, that you're greedy, all you care about is money, bullshit, and be able to continue to go and not to let people who don't have the full context of your goals stop you, change your decisions. That could be family members, it could be employees, it could be friends, but most importantly, it's just your self-talk to yourself.
One of our mentors, Alex Hormozi, said it so well. She said, I self-audit myself. I look back roughly every 3 months, and I look at my schedule. If I'm doing the same shit I was doing 3 months ago, I am not growing.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. So hopefully that guys helps you guys. Like, the things that I used to avoid are now the things I recognize as the signals for growth. So when I see cleaners quit, happy birthday, Katie. We're one cleaner closer, because when one person's out, that makes another spot for somebody who actually could be there for longer, right? When we get a client complaint, we get somebody who doesn't want to pay their bills. Like, this is the price we pay. One thing I'll leave you guys with here before we hop off, because got to go back to business. Got to go back to growing this business. Oh yeah, I got to talk about next week as well. I will talk about next week. I'll talk about the ending of this call. So if you here's like I think that a frame of a mindset, just a frame shift, just a perspective shift, is everything that can change your life, but really just in this business. Okay, let's just say inside this business. I believe, like looking back, I'm like, why have we been able to grow faster than most? I'm just like always question that. I'm like, because I'm not special. Any of you guys who have come out to Deck in a Day, you guys recognize that I'm not special by any stretch of the means. Like I have no superpowers. I have nothing unique about me. Didn't come from money. Didn't go to a special school. Didn't I've never had more than a 2.7 GPA. So it's not like I'm like naturally smarter than anybody else is. I started a business in a very small town in Montana, and now we're doing it in a very big town in Arizona. So like there's just like there's nothing unique or special about why we've done what we've done. Okay. But I think looking back on it, I was like, why are we able to actually grow a little bit faster and even get to places where most people aren't willing to get to? And I think a lot of it comes back to our background in investing. And so some of you guys know, like the reason that we started our cleaning business is because we owned Airbnbs, and we just were trying to solve a personal problem of ours by starting a cleaning company, so we didn't have to continue to clean our own Airbnbs. And so when it comes to investing in real estate specifically, the amount of capital that that actually leaves your bank account in order for you to buy property, it's substantial, right? Like our very first property that we bought in 2019, our first investment property, I think we put down like $43,000 or $45,000, somewhere in there. And I think one of the very last investment properties that we bought in 2022, I think when we stopped actually like actively buying, man, Katie, what was 307 North 18th? How much did we have to put down on that one?
It was 40%, so it was over $200,000.
And so when you see that much capital leave your bank account, and the goal is for you to get an ROI on that money, right? So like we talked about Facebook ads as an example earlier today. I was like, we put down $1,300 and made $7,000. I'm like, how many guys would do that, right? How many guys would put down $240,000 to make back, let's just say arbitrary number, double $480,000 in 30 years? And so when you're able to extend your timelines a little bit longer, then you become more of an investor rather than a reactor. And I think most people who get into the cleaning business don't necessarily have an investor mindset simply because of the dynamics and the logistics of a cleaning business. It's not dynamics, it's logistics of a cleaning business. Like it just doesn't cost a lot of money to start a cleaning business. $5,000 at most. And so something that can help you guys, it is what I would consider one of the reasons that we're able to grow, is that we just have investor mindsets that I'm willing to spend money, even if we don't make that $1,300 back, it's still a good investment because I learned, right? But if you're able to invest in this business, let's just say over the course of a year, and you're able to spend money, but money's not the only resource, guys. It also is your time, right? It's also your attention, which means that the thing about time and attention is that it is finite, which means that you're going to have to say no to maybe some things that you really like doing, some things that you really enjoy. You might have to say no to certain people in your life as well. So it's not just money. Okay. So don't glaze over when you think about like money, because it's not always money. Like the three most important resources that we have: time, money, and attention. Okay. But if you have an investor mindset and you can extend your time horizon, like how many of you guys would actually like lose $5,000 a month for an entire year? Literally, how many of you guys would actually lose $5,000 a month for an entire year? That's 12 months. 12 months times 50 times 5 is $60,000. How many of you guys would invest $60,000 that if you knew, but you'll never know, if there was a high probability that in 12 months your business was $1 million business at a 20% margin? Which the math, Katie, what is $1 million business at 20% margin? What is your net profit? Cool. So who in here is willing to spend $60,000 for in 1 year? Do you have a business that nets $20,000 a month? It's still not an easy decision, right? But if you just understand, like, that's actually what it takes to grow fast, that's exactly where mindset is. It's like, I don't care if we're profitable right now, because I believe there's a high probability that we will get to $1 million cleaning business. And when we do, then all the time, money, and attention will have been worth it, because then it'll be kicking off $20,000 a month, and it will be operated by somebody else who then I can spend 1 hour a week on to help them continue to grow the business and make sure that it continues to pump out $20,000 a month in profit. And so that's what the school community is truly about, guys. Like, if you want to like just make a lot of money and work your ass off, like, you don't need me to do that. Like, that's not who I am, right? But the way that I teach the system is like, how do you actually grow an asset that operates without you? Because ultimately, the business actually is most valuable when the owner is not the operator, but when instead the owner is the visionary. They're the leader, and that's how you maximize your enterprise value, is by finding stars, you're finding amazing humans, giving them opportunities to learn new skills, become more valuable, and also make more money. So that is the system that's inside the school community. And so if you guys are in there, like, that's where we're going, right? That's where we're going. And if you guys are not inside the school community, if that sounds like of interest to you, like, that's what it is. And just so you guys know, we've already done it one time. Like, it's already been done, right? We have personally done it with Bozeman. That's why we're able to do a second location. And now, most importantly, members of the community, like Kayla Irby, like Jessica and Lucas, like, they're actually running businesses that operate without them, and they're actually making money. And so that's my goal, is to have more of the members of the community, like the Renee Krauses, RK, as I now call her, right? Right. And Taylor and Alyssa, and Marie, right? Bobby and Jackie, right? Having you guys be the next ones who break the next level, or who break the belief for the next wave of people who come to this community. Because at the end of the day, if it's just me and Katie, then like, we're freaks. But I think that's the cool part about all you guys coming to Decade today is you guys know that we're not. That's also why you guys actually believe that you guys can do it, and that's why you guys are doing it. And so now it's like, as you guys continue to do it, the people who watch you guys do it, then that belief just continues to be minimized, and you guys can actually do what's required in order to grow $1 million business. So, all right, I keep on almost forgetting to share. So this is going to be the second to last week of the 20 to 40K call. So make sure you guys get on next week, because it will be the last 20 to 40K call. And I will share with you guys next week on what are the next steps after that. So some of you guys will be able to participate after that, and most of you guys won't. But make sure you guys get on next week's call. It'll be the last 20 to 40K call. You're not going to want to miss it. So thank you guys for hopping on here. Hopefully you guys got some value. Katie, thank you for always bringing the value. And for all you guys who showed up today.